With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. The Trump administration is ending a Medicare subsidy.
Millions of older adults on Medicare prescription drug coverage could face higher monthly costs in 2027. The Trump administration says it has decided to end a temporary subsidy program that helped offset premiums for the past 2 years. The program was initially implemented by the Biden administration to lower Medicare Part D prescription drug costs in response to the 2022 Inflation Reduction Act. While federal officials say the financial impact will be minimal, Democrats have criticized the move as an attack on health care affordability. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
President Trump may pull Todd Blanche's nomination for Attorney General after concerns were raised by 2 outgoing Republican senators.
A vote on Todd Blanche's nomination to become Attorney General has been postponed in the Senate Judiciary Committee. Texas Republican John Cornyn says the Justice Department has not adequately addressed in writing his concerns about the federal settlement that gives President Trump and members of his family protection from tax audits. Without Cornyn's vote, Blanche's nomination can't move out of the Senate Judiciary Committee to a floor vote. President Trump says he hasn't heard there is a problem.
All I can say is Todd Blanche is outstanding, and I thought it was pretty routine because he's so good. He just wouldn't find a better person. So I don't know. Maybe John Cornyn's upset with me because I didn't endorse him.
Ed Donahue, Washington.
The United States and Iran each fired barrages of missiles Thursday as the pattern of back-and-forth strikes took hold again, and hope dimmed for a quick end to the 5-month conflict. On Wall Street, the Dow up by 613 points, the Nasdaq rose 679, the S&P 500 advanced 121. This is SRN News. Finally, some good news from Iran.
Despite some of the worst persecution in the world, the underground church in that country is growing by leaps and bounds. A new report from International Christian Concern reveals there are more believers in Iran now than there were before the 1979 Islamic Revolution, which brought with it an unprecedented wave of persecution. ICC says, quote, some estimates point to 1 billion or more Iranian converts to Christianity. These converts come from all sectors of society. Michael Harrington reporting.
One of Europe's last remaining bell foundries is trying to hang on. Established in 1599, the Grassmeyer Bell Foundry in Innsbruck, Austria, has survived wars, famines, epidemics, and economic challenges. The modern bell-making industry is under pressure as fewer churches are being built, reducing demand. Rising energy costs due to the war in Ukraine are not helping. This is SRN News. A Montana hiker who became impaled by his trekking pole near the top of the state's highest peak tells his story. We hear more from correspondent Donna Warder.
David Cifaldi and his 2 hiking companions were crossing Montana's froze-to-death plateau July 20th when Cifaldi slipped and became impaled by his trekking pole.
I remember rolling over and this kind of realization of something's not right here. Realized I had this trekking pole stuck in my...
give you information that's going to make you have to make a decision, have to do something about what's going on in this country.
Something resembling anything.
If you want to get involved in the conversation, 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Check out my classic podcast. There's so much going on the website, but do something. Get involved.
The Joe Messina Show.
We are back at it again. Joe Messina, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-JOE. 855-732-5563. Look, get involved, get engaged. Right? I mean, truly, be part of the conversation. And you do that by engaging after you're informed. I mean, unless you can tell me otherwise, I don't know how this works any other way. Now, that would help. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Get involved, get engaged, and truly, truly being part of the conversation. Right? And again, I say to you, it's just pay attention. Pay attention to what's going on around you. All right, where are we? I got so much I need to get back to. And Dr. B joins me after the break, Dr. Bridget Milson. We always appreciate, not sometimes, always appreciate her time with us, because there is so much going on. There is so much happening around us. Right? I mean, now some of you don't agree. I don't really care. Can I say that? I just did. No, I really don't, because, some of you complain about the littlest things. That's why I say to you, I don't care. And there's so much that needs to be done. So much we can do together, actually. Right? 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. There's been a lot of conversation around Fauci, whatever his name is, whatever he's going by now. A lot of conversation around what he, his pleading the fifth. And is he going to jail? And can I just say, don't get excited. Right? You know me, I'm a Republican. Say it again. Don't get excited. All right? Because it doesn't mean anything. All right. 855-REAL-JOE. Send me an email. joe@joemessina.com. joe@joemessina.com. I like this one. This is it's about time some of these people start stepping up and speaking. But Saudi Prince Mohammed bin Salman, he confirmed that Barack Obama is the world's #1 sponsor of terror, not Iran. He said he gave Iran $150 billion in cash to the IRGC. They didn't build a single street with that money. Instead, Iran used the money to make missiles and drones and finance proxies, aim terror organizations or armed terror organizations like Hamas. Right? He knew this. There's no way he didn't know it. Oh, and some of that money went to Hezbollah. With these funds, Iran was able to offer safe harbor to the leaders of al-Qaeda, including one Osama bin Laden's son. Right? Now, Barack, the Obama, was responsible for the Arab Spring in 2010, which he deliberately created ISIS. He toppled the Libyan government in 2011, created a nuclear Iran. Right? The Obama syndicate included his chief of staff, John Brennan, Hillary Clinton, Valerie Jarrett, Victoria Nuland, Susan Rice, and Samantha Powell. He did it deliberately in order to keep the region destabilized. He used Iran as a buffer to prevent the Gulf states, and Israel from amassing too much power. Now, President Trump comes in, and he's undoing all of that. One man has managed to do all while orchestrating the single largest conspiracy in U.S. history to overthrow the United States government. And not a single investigation. What the heck is going on? I don't think, is this in English? I thought it was not. Hold on. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, no, can't say this. I didn't understand that at all. But anyway, no, seriously. We've known this. Right? We've known this for quite some time. They keep ignoring it, and now you have people on the inside saying, that's not true. They did get that money. He was pushing them to do those things. And now we even have, presidents of African nations coming forward and saying, he promised us money if we did A, B, and C. And it all had to do with the gay and lesbian community. I'm not blaming them. But this was something he was pushing on them. Right? And somehow, too, we're not supposed to be suspicious at all. Now, they want to go after Trump. Trump, who's lost over $1 billion being a president. He's the first president that really lost money being in office. The other ones become multimillionaires. The Congress people become multimillionaires. Right? I mean, why would he steal his college records? What's he afraid of? right? Orchestrated billions in cash to Iran, our enemy. Passed Obamacare, exploding healthcare costs, not making them easier. So you want to keep hiring people like this? I think we should just put the country in two and let them have the garbage. It's what they vote for. Dr. B joins me after the break. Don't go far. We'll be right back.
Omaha Steaks is rewriting the book on burgers with an all-new handmade texture for the juiciest home-style burgers you've ever tasted. Their pure ground burgers are made from single cuts of real aged Omaha steaks. These are truly steaks on a bun. Filet mignon, ribeye, New York strip, sirloin, and even brisket burgers. Now is the time to experience the exclusive Burger Perfection Flight for just $79.99. Go to omahasteaks.com and use promo code TREAT at checkout to get an extra $20 off your order, plus free shipping. You'll get 4 of each pure ground burger, so you can sample all the steak on a bun greatness. These burgers are crafted for a juicier, more tender experience, making your mouth water with every single bite. Don't wait. Go to omahasteaks.com. Use promo code TREAT at checkout and get $20 off the Burger Perfection Flight and discover your new burger obsession. Minimum order may be required.
You've been working hard, doing the right thing, and paying your taxes, and putting your hard-earned money in the Medicare piggy bank all your life. And now it's time to break the piggy bank and get something back. Medicare. If you didn't know it, Medicare is health insurance for people over 65, and you paid for it with your tax dollars. Medicare plans now have more benefits than ever. That's good news, especially if you're like me and looking forward to paying as little as possible for good health insurance. Call and find out what Medicare plan is best for you. Save your time. It's valuable. We've already done the research for you, and in one quick phone call, you can learn how to get the best Medicare plan designed exactly for you. Hey, it's one of the most important decisions in your life. Let us help you through it. Here's our number. Call 65 Plus Medicare now. 800-778-8214. 800-778-8214. That's 800-778-8214. Can your IRA stand up to the next financial crisis that our top economists are saying is at our doorsteps? By allocating a percentage of your IRA into physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover, you can diversify and safeguard your holdings from turbulent markets and economic downturns by putting your IRA back on the gold standard. Find out how to safeguard your assets with a tax-free rollover with a Genesis Gold IRA, the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report. Protect your IRA today with one simple phone call and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. Call Genesis Gold Group, empowering faith-driven stewardship. 800-504-1123. 800-504-1123. 800-504-1123. That's 800-504-1123.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a little detour. I gotta fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're gonna be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code PHIL25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code PHIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code PHIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code PHIL25.
Attention timeshare owners. Tired of the financial stress? Were you misled by the salesperson? Don't or can't use your timeshare anymore? If any of these apply to you, then you may qualify for timeshare cancellation and get the relief you need now. Timeshare Defense Attorneys is the #1 affordable fixed-fee legal solution in the country, with an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. That's certainly better than my grades. They even offer a 100% client satisfaction guarantee. Let one of their experienced lawyers evaluate your case and explain the process. If they take you as a client, they'll work on your case until it's resolved in your favor, guaranteed. Expect great service and a close working relationship with your lawyer, keeping you informed every step of the way, protecting your rights, interests, and even your credit. It's that simple. Even a kid like me could understand it. The consultation is free. Call today.
800-875-1853. 800-875-1853. That's 800-875-1853.
And that's why yellow makes me sad, I think.
That's interesting. You know what makes me sad?
You do! Maybe we should chug on over to Mamby-Pamby land, where maybe we can find some self-confidence for you, you jackwagon!
We're back at it again. Joe Basini, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. God, get involved, get engaged, be part of the solution. It's the way we win. You become part of the solution, and we win. It's really that simple, okay? And I really do appreciate the time that you're spending with us here on the air and in the chat room and texting and tweeting. Shall I go on? I don't need to. Dr. B joins us. Dr. Bridget Melson joins us every week. Always got to appreciate her time with us and answering, trying to get us off the ceiling, just answering some of these questions that we don't know who to talk. We don't know who to talk to. How you doing?
I'm good. Oh yeah, well, you know.
Yes.
I'm here. I'm here for you, man. Lots of questions I'm getting today. So
well, you know what?
Good thing.
You can go ahead and run with your question, because the ones I have finally, we've had these quote unquote, professional organizations, researchers come out and start talking about these cell phones that are blunting young children's reading skills. And a new study. You and I talked about this a decade ago, right?
Yep. Yeah, we did. Literally. I mean, like, we've been talking about it. I've been talking about it since the late 90s, doing my parent survival seminars, which I can do for your school or church. Let me know, guys. Just go look me up on Facebook. But you and I, right, COVID, like 2019, started saying, hey, this is not going to be good.
No. You're right.
And here we are.
Yeah, and you got the University of California, Los Angeles, of all places. They're on board saying, yeah, this is not good. Your kids should not have cell phones, especially when they're young. Massive change in how much better kids do behaviorally, with grades, all of that. And they followed 106 kids for a little bit here to watch them through a couple of classes, and you're going, I didn't need you to do that. Come with me. I can show you and tell you what's going on right now in these schools.
It's crazy.
You know that, like I said. But these parents don't want to let this go. I don't understand.
In what way? You mean they don't believe it? They're okay with their kids?
How am I supposed? First of all, how am I supposed to get a hold of my child if something goes wrong? That's a common one, right? I don't want my child to feel left out. That's another one. That I get a kick out of. It's like, come on. You don't want your kid to feel left out.
Right, and that is by all means. You don't peer pressure. We don't want the kid to feel left out. So let's just ignore the usage statistics of these kids versus how much work and how much they're paying attention. On average, right, teens spend almost 2 hours using their smartphones during school. Mm-hmm. During school. 2 hours. And I know you're like, only 2 hours in a 6 hour day? Here's the deal. They're supposed to be 0 hours. Lunch is 20 to 40 minutes. Okay, there's 20 to 40 minutes of it. Great. So what's the other hour and a half? When are they on their phone? And the cognitive effects, should we just ignore the cognitive effects? We've got diminished cognitive control. We see that everywhere. And that's what high smartphone usage during school hours correlates with. And then you've got them on the phone 2 hours. But the other crazy, listen to this, parents, adolescents reportedly, and this is new, 2026, end of 2026, so that was end of the 25-26 school year. They reportedly checked their phones up to 144 times during school.
Wow.
One kid, each kid, up to 100. That's not the whole classroom. That's not the whole school. That's per kid.
Jeez.
Fifth grade on up, 144 times. So that is disruptive to their learning process, yes. It is also highly rude and disrespectful to the educators. So, yes, I am so with you. And, of course, this includes social media, all social media videos, games. They're on there. They just pull up a game while the teacher's talking. I think what gets me, because then kids do poorly on tests, and then the parents are like, why aren't you teaching my kid? They did poorly. How about keep your phone at home? We've got dial-up in the flipping office.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I agree. Listen, I'll go one better. Buy an old-fashioned flip phone. If you're so concerned that you're not going to be able to get a hold of your child, the flip phone, you can call, you can get a hold of them. No problem.
Right? I am at this point okay with that. That's fine.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Honestly, I'm not kidding. I mean, we are at a vital time where not only, two things. I go to a chiropractor, talk to them, they're saying text neck. That is irreversible. You're always going to have to deal with your neck curvature because we're on our cell phones. And especially when you start at ages, 6, 7, 8, 9. Number 2, went to the eye doctor. She's seeing increasing, 83% increase in eye issues because these kids are constantly on a screen. These kids that should not have eye issues until well into their 40s. So we've got physical back issues that you should see in your 40s and 50s that we're seeing in these kids in middle school, and we're seeing these eye issues and vision issues with kids by middle school, 4th, 5th grade, she said. Your kids are being destroyed. You're destroying their bodies and their minds. So I guess parents don't care about the mind, the eyes, their vision, their spine. These are all real things, and you can go look it up anytime you want. But
I don't want her to miss out. Everybody else has a phone.
Right, exactly. So
right.
They're all going to be be on crutches or wheelchairs by the time they're 30. So you guys all have fun with that. I just wish parents would take this seriously. Like you said, you and I have been talking about this for years, and I've been talking about it for almost 20 years. Yeah.
Well, the thing I wasn't aware of, you've seen the reports over the last year, especially the dumbing down their IQ. They're not able to work through things. Their cognitive
or be creative.
Functions. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And now they're saying that because of social media and the smartphones, you may see an uptick in things like Alzheimer's and dementia at 50, 55, 60, as opposed to the current, 70, 75, 80s.
Correct. All of that is true.
God.
It's the social emotional regulation skills that I'm really worried about, and the disruption in sleep.
Yeah.
And those two are huge. So we're lazy thinkers. We got lazy thinkers that we're raising. The emotional and social regulation. We're seeing people all the time not being able to control themselves with speech. Stealing, hitting people, acting out, having tantrums, absolute tantrums when you take their device.
All right.
That is a brain.
Hang tight. We got to go for a break. Be right back. Put a pause in it. Listen, we'll be right back.
Attention homeowners. It's not if something's going to break, it's when. That's home ownership. If your dryer, your refrigerator, or your AC and heating breaks, that's an expensive call. And who do you call? Make it easy on yourself and call Choice Home Warranty. We've already done the research and have access to 25,000 technicians that can be at your home quickly. We've covered close to 2 million homes in the United States. There's a good chance your neighbors work with us. Call us right now before the next breakdown. We'll tell you everything that's covered in your home and give you the first month free with our ironclad 30-day money-back guarantee. Call now and learn how to get your free month.
800-378-2250. 800-378-2250. 800-378-2250. That's 800-378-2250.
Limitations and exclusions apply. First month free with purchase of single plan. Visit choicehomewarranty.com for more details.
Life is full of surprises. Some wonderful, some not so much. But here's one thing you can control. Making sure your loved ones are protected if the unexpected happens. At easyplans.com, we make getting life insurance, well, easy. In just a few minutes, you can apply online and buy direct. No awkward phone calls, no confusing jargon, and no agent will contact you unless you request help. Just clear, affordable coverage designed to fit your life and your budget. Fast approval, flexible plans, and unlike other online insurance sites, Easy Plans won't sell your information to others. So no endless phone calls and text messages. Whether you're just starting a family, buying a home, or thinking ahead, EasyPlans.com has you covered. EasyPlans.com. We make buying life insurance, well, easy.
America's News Update, I'm John Schaefer. The government shutdown is now in its fourth week, hitting millions of Americans. On Saturday, food assistance funding will run out for more than 40 million people. Flight delays are also rising, with more than 1,000 reported today as air traffic control faces staffing shortages. The Senate failed to pass a short-term spending bill for the 13th time. A new report shows strong private sector job growth over the past 4 weeks. ADP says preliminary data indicates an average of more than 14,000 jobs added per week through October 11th, a big improvement from September. Due to the government shutdown, ADP will now release 4-week employment averages every Tuesday. Hurricane Melissa is pounding Jamaica, marking one of the strongest landfalls on record in the Atlantic.
Offset premiums for the past 2 years. The program was initially implemented by the Biden administration to lower Medicare Part D prescription drug costs in response to the 2022 Inflation Reduction Act. While federal officials say the financial impact will be minimal, Democrats have criticized the move as an attack on health care affordability. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
President Trump may pull Todd Blanche's nomination for Attorney General after concerns were raised by 2 outgoing Republican senators.
A vote on Todd Blanche's nomination to become Attorney General has been postponed in the Senate Judiciary Committee. Texas Republican John Cornyn says the Justice Department has not adequately addressed in writing his concerns about the federal settlement that gives President Trump and members of his family protection from tax audits. Without Cornyn's vote, Blanche's nomination can't move out of the Senate Judiciary Committee to a floor vote. President Trump says he hasn't heard there is a problem.
All I can say is Todd Blanche is outstanding, and I thought it was pretty routine because he's so good. He just wouldn't find a better person. So I don't know, maybe John Cornyn's upset with me because I didn't endorse him.
Ed Donahue, Washington.
The United States and Iran each fired barrages of missiles Thursday as the pattern of back-and-forth strikes took hold again, and hope dimmed for a quick end to the 5-month conflict. On Wall Street, the Dow up by 613 points, the Nasdaq rose 679, the S&P 500 advanced 121.
Yeah, we're back at it again. Joe Messina, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-JOE. 855-732-5563. Get involved, get engaged, be part of the solution. And I so much do appreciate the time that you're spending with us. All right, you already know who's with me. Dr. B is with me. Dr. Bridget Melson joins me. pretty much as she does every week. Always appreciate her time with us as well. And Dr. B, again, thanks for being here. Always appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me. It's important. It really is important things, increasingly. And, thank you to the parents and moms. Well, you're a parent too, but a lot of moms reach out to me, asking, they have these instincts, right? About social media, about peer pressure, about this, about that. And gosh darn it, if they are questioned by family members, by, of course, their kids, or by other friends, and they're like, am I crazy? It always starts out with, am I crazy? Da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, go with your instincts. And they are 100% spot on, especially about all this, social media and the fears. And they're seeing this. They're seeing physical issues. They're seeing mental health issues. That aren't getting better by going to a counselor, because what's causing those issues is still very much a part of their life, right? The cell phone, and how they interact on it. They can't handle it, guys. They cannot handle it. So like I said, emotional regulation, mental health issues, cognitive functioning. I don't know how many academic research studies we need from colleges, prominent colleges, to tell us and remind us how bad it is. I mean, for lack of a better word. But one thing I just got, people are like, yes, sleep disruption. These parents are like telling me, yes, Dr. B, talk about that.
Go for it. It's all yours.
Well, that is a huge thing, because you pile on, a lack of emotional regulation with some mental health issues, anxiety and depression, with cognitive functioning, issues, focus, attention, academic issues. You pile on to that sleep deprivation, right, and disruption, then, you've got the perfect storm of a child that is not going to succeed in life, and if in high school. And excessive screen time as far as sleep disruption is concerned, especially before bed, will interfere with sleep quality, and then that will further affect cognitive and emotional health. And I had it explained to me, it's like drinking 3 espressos before you go to bed, right? Most of us would be ping, 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 ping. I mean, some people, if you have ADHD, we used to give my stepsister a coffee because it put her out. But that is not the norm. So not only are you've got this kid leaning over, you've got the vision issues happening, you've got this kid leaning over getting text neck, but now you're hopping them up, with something equal to 3 espressos, which is about 155 grams of caffeine. And all that means is that it's powering up the brain and keeping it going, and it takes up to 3 hours to power down that brain. And so parents, I get it. We can't just make cell phones go away. Yes, I love what Joe says. For school, here's your flip phone, there's your school. If people, I'm sick of parents telling me that, well, they get bullied and if your kid is confident and owns it, go watch Mean Girls, right? They cut up her shirt, she wore the shirt and owned it. Just own it. Hey, I want my brain preserved for college. There you go. Laugh at me all you want, but at the 10-year and 20-year reunion, I'm going to be successful, and you're going to have brain issues. I mean, just teach them to own it. All right? They really watch us. That is one thing I have taught my kids, that, well, what about it? I'm like, just own it. Trust me. Just own it. That confidence will keep people away. And if people are actually physically bullying you, that's an issue. It has nothing to do with your phone. You need to go to administration. That's a different issue. We can't parent out of fear. That is one thing I push all the time, is the fear of them being bullied, the fear of them not fitting in. We can't parent that way, right? That's how we got condoms in the school, and now we've got Planned Parenthoods on every corner, because we parented out of fear. That's not the way to parent. It's not biblical. It's not realistic, and it does nothing for our kids.
No,
that's a no.
Totally agree with you. Keep going, because I'm seeing this at the school level, and you people don't realize that we banned all phones at junior high schools last year, and we've got quite a few junior high schools. And Now, we had teachers that were against it. We had many parents that were against it. And I will tell you that by the end of the year, what did we have? We had kids that were paying attention more. We had less behavioral issues. We had higher scores there. I'm sorry, you can't argue with real life results, but they do.
They do. They absolutely do. Someone just asked if I can point them to research studies. Yes, you can go to mdpi.com. You can go to Harvard. You can go to the National Institute of Health. I mean, just Google it like everybody else. These are people, they're, Scientific American. I mean, it's everywhere. And they all, complement each other in what is going on and what the research says. Harvard.edu. Harvard's got some great views on it. So Harvard Medical School, Screen Time in the Brain, it's called. So look up that. Look it up. I mean, I can post it, but gosh, we got Google, guys. It'll take you to where you need to go. But it is a problem. It is a problem in schools. It blows my mind, Joe, and I see it too, that parents and teachers are both resistant. Some of them are resistant to keeping cell phones out. That's odd to me. I'm like, why?
They're in it.
Why?
They see it. They're in the middle of all this stuff. They're seeing all this stuff, and you're saying to yourself, how? Really?
Yeah,
how?
It absolutely makes no sense.
Yeah.
I continue, we continue to see across the board, not only in this country, but in this world, how we are letting kids dictate how life goes, right? From choosing a gender, from choosing whether they have a cell phone and how much screen time, to choosing who they're going to date, to choosing, what, male or female looks like, to choosing whether they're gonna murder their baby that they got pregnant with because they couldn't keep their legs together. Sorry, but it is like, wake up, people, wake up. This is not how God intended it to be. This is not going to work well, and this is why we're having these problems, because now these, millennials, we started to let them make these decisions errantly. Now they're raising kids, and it's not good. We got these Gen Zers. Some of them, half of them are absolutely lost, completely lost to liberal ways, blinded, and then the other half is like awake and just like, what the heck? What happened to my generation? We got to start doing something about this. So we've created a battle for them.
Yep. No, totally agree with you. And again, think about what we went through for years. Bank on the science. Believe the science, read the science. And now we're saying the same thing. Read the science. Look at what it says. And you're not interested.
Right?
Right?
Like Fauci? No, we'll talk about Fauci, because the number one question I got this week is psychoanalyze Fauci. What is it that drives that man? And I'm like, well, I mean, honestly, we can have Joe psychoanalyze him, but then we can have Dr. B professionally psychoanalyze
well, then you gotta get me out of jail after that, seriously. Oh, God.
No kidding. But, since COVID, to tie in the digital, the screen time, digital screen time rose 52% since 2020, from 2019 to 2021, not since, but just in that 2-year time period.
Wow.
Because of COVID. And and it's not Fauci's fault. It absolutely is. Guys, he's the one in charge. He was the one making you idiots, walk on yellow masking tape lines in Walmart the right way, and then screaming at people that weren't. Really? I was a dumbing down of society by Fauci.
I watched a clip today, and I meant to grab it and put it up, but I watched a clip today of all the news sources just browbeating. I mean, really browbeating and bullying those of us who didn't get the shot. And they're saying, you're walking petri dishes. You're going to take the rest of us down. And I'm thinking, even then, I barely made it out of high school. And I'm going, well, if you have a vaccine that keeps you from getting it, how can I hurt you? We're going to go for a break while you let that swim around your head. We'll be back in a few minutes. Don't go far.
picked up a towel set because it felt really soft in the store. But then when you go to use it, it's not very absorbent. That's why MyPillow has developed the MyPillow towels. Towels that work. The 6-piece towel set includes 2 bath towels, 2 hand towels, and 2 washcloths. And right now you can receive a 6-piece set for only $39.98 with promo code USA. Go to MyPillow.com. Click on the radio listener special and enter promo code USA or call 800-951-8175. That's MyPillow.com. Promo code USA.
Take as little as 3 minutes to see if you could save on motorcycle insurance with Progressive. Come on, you've spent more time than that trying to name your bike.
How about the Crusher? I guess it's not really crushing anything. The Silver Bolt? No. Oh, what about Pepper? Mysterious. Is it a pet or a condiment? Surprise! It's a motorcycle. No, that's stupid.
Get a quote in as little as 3 minutes at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Do you have a story to tell? Bring your story to life with audiobooks. Great stories deserve great storytelling. Audiobook Network provides professional voice actors and full production services for every author's manuscript. From narration, production, and editing to distribution, promotion, and sales, Audiobook Network handles everything. If you have a print book, ebook, or even a manuscript, call Audiobook Network now and get our free audiobook guide. 800-734-1229, 800-734-1229.
I'd like to introduce you to our new sponsor, Get the Tea. Get the Tea carries all natural, non-GMO organic teas and supplements made in the USA. Get the Tea's ingredients are the purest available. My favorite is Life Change Tea. Life Change Tea is a gentle daily cleanse containing 12 herbs that when combined really keep things moving. I drink it every day and my energy has never been better. I'm feeling great. Life Change Tea comes in 3 delicious flavors, natural, peppermint, and pomegranate. It's an easy and delicious way to keep your digestion on track. And for those on the go, try D365. D365 is Life Change Tea in a capsule. Drink the tea or take D365 capsules and keep your digestion running smoothly. Go to getthetea.com and enter discount code USA to get 10% off any size order. That's getthetea.com, discount code USA for 10% off your order.
Okay, I'm talking funny because I'm in the witness protection program. I have too much credit card debt and I don't want people to find me.
Okay, I'm just kidding. We're going to talk about credit card debt. Right, those plastic things that we all have in our wallet. Are you in your 50s or 60s and you're still carrying around a mound of credit card debt? Wouldn't it be nice to start banking that money and save a little money for retirement down the road? We help people restructure their credit card debt all the time. We show people how they can get out of credit card debt in months, not years. Listen, you'll be carrying around credit card debt for the rest of your life unless you deal with it right now. We offer a free consultation so you can learn how you can finally wipe out your credit card debt and start saving money. Give us a free call right now.
Call Debt Solutions Network now. 866-451-3328. 866-451-3328. That's 866-451-3328.
If you're a diabetic, we have great news. You can end the painful finger sticks with a new CGM. Plus, they may be covered by Medicare, Medicaid, or private insurance. If you test and inject daily, you may qualify. Call US Med now to learn more.
800-471-7065. 800-471-7065. 800-471-7065. That's 800-471-7065.
Attention! This is a public notice from the Social Security Disability Helpline. If you're one of the millions of Americans who are disabled and unable to work, you may be eligible for disability benefits from Social Security. Receiving benefits is your right. If you suffer from physical or mental disability, whether you're applying for the first time or you've already been denied, we can help. We'll evaluate your situation and deal with Social Security on your behalf. Best of all, there's no fee until you receive your benefits. Remember, we only get paid if you win your case. There are many reasons and conditions that may make you eligible for disability benefits. Many of them you may not be aware of. So if you're disabled and unable to work, call now to get started with your free, no-obligation consultation.
800-362-9337. 800-362-9337. That's 800-362-9337.
You want answers. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
We're back at it again. Joe Messina, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-55. What are you doing? Oh, 63. Not you, the computer. See? It's even making me crazy, but that's not a far drive anyhow. So Dr. B joins me, Dr. Bridget Melson, as she does every week. Always appreciate her insight into what's going on. If you got more questions, lady, go for it. Don't let me get in your way, because that's what you're here for, to help these people figure things out.
Yeah, I'm trying to find, there was somebody that sent me a comment because I put, here it is, the psychology of, Fauci and right, what's
go
up.
For it. Yes,
right,
please.
so, yeah. So, what drives people to continue to do what he did and lead to physical, psychological and physiological harm. Truly. I mean, he screwed an entire generation, multi-generation, right? I mean,
Twice.
To the point where hospitals were told not to treat these people, to intubate them and not treat them for pneumonia and things that they actually had. The COVID was the least of their worries. When I found out and read reports of that these doctors and nurses, that is so against every oath they've taken, including Mr. MD Fauci, to not treat them typically, with the typical medications. So that is do no harm. Well, that this man should be in prison. He should have his license taken away. But the psychology of it, this great guy, Vic Myers, I love him. He put, he puts a verse, the heart of man is deceitful and wicked above all things. Evil heart plus love of money equals evil and death. It's really that simple. So he thinks like you, it's just.
Yep, real simple, right to the point. Yep.
No good. So I guess, people are asking me, how would you diagnose this? What are you watching Fauci? Are you, and I watched him and watching, these congressmen and men and women, interview him and him, pleading the fifth. And my lawyer said, what color's the carpet? Well, my lawyer said, what color's your tie? That is such spite. That is such guilt. And so, of course, being a Christian, I put on my Facebook, God will deal with him. This is not for us to be, angry and act out, kind of way. Yes, be righteously angered. But then that's another thing. So my first question is how would I diagnose him? The second, what do we do with our anger? So I would say it's the psychology of deception, honestly, if you're going to pick it apart. And to me, deception can be, an act of big or small, cruel or not so cruel, of encouraging people to believe information that is not true. So that's deception. So there's lying, right? There's everyday little white lies. Hey, do I look fat in this? No, honey, you look, and it's
You're trying to get us killed, aren't you? Right? I mean, seriously.
Hell, but then there is being educated, being a medical doctor, and knowing that what you're saying is not true. And then never mind follow the money. We got follow the science, which he did not, but follow the money. The billions, literally millions upon millions that he got to do what he did, to perpetrate this lie and this deception is so cruel and so criminal. And to have all those lawyers, and then the audacity of that and the arrogance of that one lawyer that insisted on sitting next to him, the whole thing just makes me ill. So anyways, I would say it's the psychology of deception, and what people will do for money is, there is no limit. And he just had to keep it going. Someone asked me if he was sociopath or a psychopath. And, you know, I always talk to you about on the whole, psychopaths are born. There's something that is not working right in their head, and then sociopaths are made. So I don't think he went in, you know, as a child and then a teen into med school to do harm, right? He had to say, I will do no harm when he made that oath, you know, when he graduated from medical school. Sociopath, absolutely. That's just when you will sell your soul. You don't care. A part of you gets turned off. The feeling, the empathy, the care for others. And the fact that he's a doctor still, that is why it is extra dangerous. When you get those of us that are either, you know, have an MD or a PsyD or a PhD that deals with the human mind or the human body, we have a responsibility. We really do. People are being vulnerable. They are relying on us. And what that man did to completely go against everything that he vowed to not do, right, it's pathological for sure. He just sold his soul, and he turned off. You have to. I understand that. I work in the psychological field. I work with people, and I understand psychopaths, sociopaths. I've worked with mass shooters, and there's a part of you when you're a sociopath that just turns off morally, and then also cognitively. And once you get that money, and once you are looked at and revered, it all goes wrong, and that's what happened. I have a feeling that he might not be on this earth much longer, and I don't mean like in an Epstein, he's going to Epstein himself, but I just can see it on his face that this is affecting him severely, and you know, physiologically our bodies cannot handle that kind of stress. I see the battle, so yeah, I feel for the guy in that. Dude, you know, I'm sorry that all of this, you know, that it's not going to end well, but he made a choice, and it cost lives, it cost marriages.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you remember, you might be too young for this one, but during the AIDS pandemic, I mean, he killed those people. The medication he was giving them, they knew. I mean, and they proved that he knew it, and he didn't seem to care because he had some kind of he made money off of that. We'll put it that way. And now he's got a pension of $500,000 a year, along with what he made with everything else. Yep.
Yeah, and someone just said, "Sorry, Dr. B, I don't agree with you on that. He still has a heart." And I'm like, you know, fair. You know, I do what I do to help people because I always think there's hope. I believe in a God. That there's always hope in the future. Jeremiah 29, I just believe that. So I hear on an earthly perspective, on a carnal perspective, on a secular perspective, I would look at him and go, you deserve to be locked up, and I hope you get what you deserve. But in that thinking Christian part, you know, my heart comes and I pray for him. I do. I know he'll be held accountable one way or another for everything he's done. He will. The great judge in the sky will take care of that.
Well,
but, you know, I'm always going to pray for the best.
You talk about that it just happens, right? You know, I do stories, pretty hardcore stories around here about, you know, these people that rape 4-year-old kids or, you know, rape 6, 7, 8-year-olds and show no remorse when they're in court. There's a real massive disconnect there. I mean, there's something massive is missing, is it not?
No, and those are psychopaths. Absolutely, they have. I mean, or they're possessed, or that. People like, you know, and I'm like, no. I have been in the room with these people. I've interviewed these people, and it is. You look right straight through them to the next building. There's nothing in there, and that, unfortunately, you know, you can. That's just not going to get better. And I saw a little bit of that with him, Fauci. He just.
Yeah.
The arrogance is unbelievable, and that's, you know, narcissism. That's sociopath. I mean, that's what it is. antisocial. He just doesn't care.
Yep.
Doesn't care. And shame on his attorneys. Every one of them.
I look at these people, and I know we're supposed to be forgiving, and God will take care of it. But I just always say the same thing: give me 15 minutes in a room with one of these people.
Well, and some of them don't care. I mean, that's the thing. I've been in a room with these. I was like that naively, right? Like, I can do this at an age, and they just charm you and make you believe. And I know you know this. I know that's not what you mean, and him, but yeah, I am like, they don't care. They don't feel physical pain, mental pain, emotional pain. It is one of those things that I'm just like, Lord, why just, can you just smite these people? I don't understand it. But yeah, money, the love of money. Welcome to politics. It erodes your values. It just makes you not care anymore. And that's what happened. And it costs lives.
Yep. All right, lady. Where do people find you?
Come find me on Facebook, Bridget Nelson, Instagram, Dr. Bridget.
Yep.
You can find me. Or
She's easy to find.
every week.
Not the local pizza parlor. That's me, not her.
No.
Anyway, all right. Well, you will not be here next week, but we'll nail you for the week after. Anyway, have a safe trip.
Sounds good. Thanks.
All right. Joel Massey, your host. Don't go far, people. You got me for the next hour, and I'm not that easy to put up with. Seriously. We'll be back.